Yo, what's good, on today's video? I got the how to make Gojo's reversal red. This is an updated version of the tutorial I made. I don't know if it's been, I think it's been close to a year. I think since I made the first one. This is an updated version. If you watch my I made a Battlegrounds game, you'll see that the reversal red in that video was clearly different and stuff. So I got y'all with a updated version of that. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, you guys see what's it called, I was supposed to delete that, but anyway, so you guys will see that I have my two reversal red models stuff. You guys can get, if you don't have your own already, go to the toolbox, literally type the words reversal space red. You'll find a whole bunch of reversal models. Choose whatever you want and then name them as such. So I just named them. The only adjustments I made to mine, I think, was actually, I don't think I really changed much of mine. I just made sure the parts were, anchored, can't collide was turned off, and make sure they were transparent and stuff. So I just named them reversal red 1 and reversal red 2. So there's two effects for mine. First is the effect when, like, your character puts his hand out and then like it starts glowing, and then the second one is the actual explosion effect. Then I have two sound effects. So this reversal red voice line. Again, you guys get all this stuff in the toolbox, right? So you just get that. That's, when he's putting his hand out, and this sound when he launches the attack, right? Boom. Then I have my reversal red animation ones. Once again, I got from the toolbox. Just search for it and stuff. You guys cannot use my animation ID. You guys have to use your own. Once you get your animation, you're gonna click the plus icon, then type the word animation, click animation, rename it, and throw your ID in there. And then we're gonna throw this animation into the server script when we get there. Then inside of replicated storage, I was supposed to delete this, so I could have, or I'll delete it, and then we could just create it together. So you're gonna head to replicated storage, click the plus icon, insert a remote event, rename said remote event to combat event, right? And then yeah, from here on out we can get into the actual scripting. So let's go ahead and insert a local script into starter player scripts. Boom, we're going to rename the script to combat script, in parentheses put local. We're going to delete print hello world. You got to make two variables first. We got to get the user input service. So let's say local UIS is equal to game get service user input service, and then let's create a variable for the combat remote event. So local combat event is equal to game the replicated storage wait for child combat event, and then let's set up our function. We're going to say uis.input began connect function, in parentheses put input comma processed, enter, put if input dot user input type is equal to enum user input type keyboard and not process, which pretty much means the player is not typing in chat. Enter, then if input keycode is equal to enum keycode e or whatever keybind you want to put, and press enter. Then you're going to fire the remote event. So combat event fire server in quotation marks. The name of the event will be reversal red. Then we can head on over to the server script. So we can insert a server script into server script service. Click the plus icon. If you don't see the script, then type script. Boom, insert a server script. You're going to rename the script to combat script, in parentheses you're going to put server. You're going to then throw the animation into the server script as I mentioned before. We're then going to create four variables. First, we got to get three services. Let's get the sound service for our sound effects. So let's say local ss is equal to game get service sound service. Then let's create a variable for the debris service. So local ds is equal to game get service debris. Then let's create a variable for the tween service. Local ts is equal to game get service tween service. And then lastly, we can head on over to the local script and copy and paste the combat event. So select it, Control C, or press copy up here. Head back over to the server script, Control V, or paste, whatever one works for you. Then we're going to need to create two separate main functions. For our first main function, we're going to set up a function so that whenever players join the game and when they die and respawn, they're going to have a hitbox and stuff. Since obviously, when we're making an attack, we need a hitbox. So let's say game.players, the player added connect function, in parentheses put plr to short for the player. Enter, you're then going to set up the character added function. So player.character added connect function, in parentheses put character. Enter, we're then going to create a hitbox. You're going to say local hitbox is equal to instance.new in quotation marks put part, parent this to the characters humanoid root part, right? Enter. Then we're going to set some properties. First, we got to set the name. So hitbox.name is equal to hitbox. Then hitbox.anchored is equal to, oh, did not mean to do that. Hitbox.anchored is equal to false. Hitbox.massless is equal to true. Hitbox.can collide is equal to false. hitbox dot transparency is equal to 1. So of course people can't see it, but if you are testing and you want to see the hitbox, you can set this like 0.5. Then hitbox dot size is equal to vector 3 dot new. I went with 5 comma 6 comma 2.5. Enter, right? And then we'll say hitbox dot color is equal to color 3 dot new 1 comma 0 comma 0. That's for testing. And then we're gonna set it C frame, so hitbox pivot 2. Then you're gonna say character dot humanoid root part dot C frame. Enter. Then we're gonna weld the hitbox to the character's humanoid root part. So we're gonna say local weld constraint is equal to instance dot new weld constraint parent this to the hitbox. Then we're gonna weld it. So weld constraint dot part 0 is equal to hitbox, and then weld constraint dot part 1 is equal to character dot humanoid root part. And just like that, we are done with that first main function. We can then move on to the second and last main function. So I'm going to say combat event dot on server events connect function, in parentheses put PLR, which is short for the player, then comma event type, which will be the name of the event. Enter. You're then going to create a variable for the player's character. You're going to say local character is equal to player dot character. Then we're going to set up an if statement. You're going to say if event type is equal to, in quotation marks, reversal red. Enter. You're then going to make it so that the person using the ability, well, this is optional, you guys don't have to do this, but I would recommend making it so that they can't walk away. Like they can't walk with using the tags, like they stand in place. So I'm gonna say character dot humanoid dot walk speed is equal to 0. Character dot humanoid dot jump power is equal to 0. And then I'm going to set up the ray stuff. So there's gonna be two ways for you to damage enemies, right? It's either if they're standing in the line of fire and like the dot passes through them, right? Or if they're caught in the explosion, right? Because, you know, you could have somebody standing like right here and you fire the attack, they should be damaged. And then you could also have people standing over here and they should be damaged, because here the explosion would be here, and then here the dot would pass through them. So yeah. So for the first thing, we're gonna create a variable for the start position. Then we'll modify this later. We're gonna say start position is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot position, right? Then I'm going to create a variable for the direction. So direction is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot C frame dot look vector, right? And then I'm going to I meant a capital L. And then create a variable for the raycast parameter. So local raycast params is equal to raycast params dot new close parentheses. Enter. Then you're then gonna say raycast params dot filter type is equal to enum dot raycast filter type dot exclude. And then you're gonna say raycast params dot filter descendant instances is equal to character get, or sorry, is equal to special brackets, then character get descendants. We have to create a table first. And then moving on, we are then going to create the ray. So local ray is equal to workspace raycast. You already know start position, direction, and raycast params. Then we're going to set up an if statement. So if ray and ray dot instance and ray dot instance. So make sure that the ray, you know, successfully was created. Make sure it passed through an instance, and then lastly, to make sure that it made contact with hitbox. So ray dot instance dot name is equal to hitbox. Then enter. We're then going to create a variable for the enemy character. So local enemy character is equal to ray dot instance dot parent dot parent. And then we're going to set up a delayed function. So delay 3 by 3 seconds. Set up close parentheses function. Enter. You're then going to say enemy character dot humanoid dot health less than equal to 10. Or whatever, however much damage you want to do. The reason this is delayed is because this first thing, this is damaging people in the line of fire, right? So it's going to check to see who's standing in front of you when you start the attack, right? So it's of course going to be delayed because obviously you wouldn't want to damage somebody and like you haven't even fired the attack yet. That's why it's delayed. So then we're going to go after the if statement, and then we're going to set up the animation track so we can play that. So I'm going to say local AT is equal to character dot humanoid dot animator load animation. In parentheses, you're going to say script dot reversal red animation, and then AT play, right? And then you're going to also adjust the speed of the animation. This also depends what animation, whatever type of animation you're using. I'm slowing the animation down so like it doesn't move too fast. You guys can adjust this as needed. So adjust speed. I'm gonna adjust the speed to 0.2 seconds. And then I'm going to say ss.reversal red voice line, which is the first sound effect. I'm going to play that. And then I'm going to destroy the, or sorry, not destroy, I'm going to clone over the first reversal red part. So reversal red 1 is equal to game that's our storage.reversal red 1 clone. And then I'm going to wait 1.5 seconds. So test that wait 1.5 seconds. And then I'm going to make it so that the animation just stops. So it just be, or sorry, not stops, just like pauses. Yes, that's the word, pauses. Yeah. So at adjust speed 0, and then I'm going to set the reversal reds C-frame. So pivot to character dot right hand dot C-frame. It's important to note, depending on your animation, I wouldn't understand why somebody would have it so that the left arm is the one, or sorry, left hand is the one that's like pointing forward, but it usually should be right hand though. Oh, and also something also else to note. If you're using R6, then this would instead be right arm and stuff instead of right hand. But if you're using R15 like me, which you should be, then you're just gonna put right hand like I did. But yeah, moving on. We're then going to parent this, so reversal red dot parent is equal to workspace, right? Or honestly, well, no, yeah, we can leave the workspace. I was going to say maybe we should parent it to character, but no, since it literally leaves the character afterwards. Then we're going to wait 1 second, so task that wait 1 second. Then we're going to adjust the speed back to 1 so that the player is able to just like finish the animation. So adjust speed back to regular speed, wait 0.3 seconds. And then pretty much it's had enough time to charge up. So we're going to play the launch sound effect. So launch, and then of course we're going to launch it. So then we're going to update the start position variable value. We're going to say is equal to reversal red dot position. The reason we're updating this is because you guys have seen that clearly a few seconds have passed by and stuff. Like we have 1.5 second, 1 second, like it's about 3 seconds. It's a 3 second gap here. The reason that we need to update it is to ensure that it is like accurate and stuff. Because if you're pointing like forward and then you turn to the left and stuff, right, and if you didn't update it, it would still go forward and stuff. We want this to actually follow wherever the player's whatever direction the player's body is facing and stuff, right? Or hand, or yeah, but I mean, yeah, pretty much the body. Then I'm going to create a variable for the end position. So I'm going to say local end position. This is for the tween. So is equal to, in parentheses, you're going to say oh, sorry, not end position, start position. I got a little confused. Start position minus vector3 dot new 0, 50, right? Then update the direction value. Direction is equal to, in parentheses, you're going to put end position minus start position, go on the outside, and then you're going to say dot unit times 100, right? And then I'm going to create a variable for the duration. Local duration is equal to, in parentheses, it's actually, it's very similar, or like it's pretty similar to what we were doing. And position minus start position, they go on the outside, dot magnitude, divide that by 120. You can adjust that number to, you know, make the reversal red move faster, slower, up to y'all. So divide that by 120. Then we're going to create a variable for the end C frame. So end C frame is equal to, in parentheses, you're going to say character dot humanoid root part dot C frame times C frame dot new -1, comma -1, comma -200. So this is how far you want it to go. Like make this number, ignore the negative and make the number bigger. I'm gonna just put it like that. So yeah. So then from here, we're then going to create the reversal red tween. So local reversal red tween is equal to ts create. Of course, reversal red 1 will be the instance, comma tween info dot new, and then you're going to put the duration variable for the time. Then enum dot easing style. Again, go with whatever you want. I went with linear. And comma enum dot easing direction is of course out, and then put a comma between the parentheses, special brackets. Then for our property table, we are going to say, we're changing it to C frame. So C frame is equal to end C frame. Then you're going to play the tween, reversal red tween play, right? Then I'm gonna throw another task that way. So task that way, you're gonna say duration minus 0.2 seconds, right? And then we're gonna clone over the second reversal red. So we're gonna say create a variable local reversal red 2. This is the explosion effect is equal to gain the server storage reversal red 2. Clone for this, you're gonna say reversal red 2 pivot 2 reversal red 1 dot c frame, right? And then I'm going to parent this to the workspace. So parent work is equal to workspace. Then we're going to destroy the first one, reversal red 1, destroy, right? And then I'm going to set up the second reversal red tween. Let's save ourselves some time and copy and paste. So select the Control C, Control V, just throw a 2 at the end, so 2 and 2. And then of course update this to reversal red 2. As for this, the duration will be set to 0.5 seconds. The easing style is quad, I think. Yeah, quad. And then out. And then this, all we're changing is the size. So size is equal to vector3.new. It's not too big. It's not that big of an explosion. So 50, 50, 50, right? And it's something to note actually, now I think about it. It's very important that you make sure that your explosion isn't already like too big. Like you want to make sure the explosion, if you're if you're doing an explosion, is small. You want to make sure that it's already small. Like if you look at the size of my explosion part, you'll see it's literally at the smallest possible size. That's what you want. Because obviously if it's already big, then it would just like if anything, a spear would just appear in the middle of the in the middle of the screen, and it wouldn't really have the effect of like of something exploding. So then after the tween, we're gonna use a for I loop to actually this is how we're gonna damage people that are within the radius. So for IV in pairs, we're gonna say workspace get children. Enter, gonna create an if statement. So if v find first child humanoid, so it'll find NPCs and players. And of course we need to, check the distance. So make sure you put reversal red 2, not 1. Reversal red 2 dot position minus v dot humanoid root part dot position. Go on the outside. You're gonna put dot magnitude is less than equal to. You can set this value to whatever you want. I chose 35, but you can mess around with the number. The bigger the number, the bigger the radius, the attack radius. And then lastly, v dot name is nil equal to player dot name to make sure, of course, you're not damaging yourself. So then press enter, then you're going to say v.humanoid.health. We're almost done, guys. Less than equal to 10, or 15 actually. And you can set this to however much damage you want to do. Then after the for IV in pairs loop, we're going to wait, task that wait. We're literally waiting 0.1 second. It's like real quick. Then after that, we're using a for IV in pairs loop to just turn off all of the effects. So for I, v in pairs, you're going to say reversal red 2, right? Get children. Enter, you're going to say if v is a attachment, right? And then you're going to set up a second for I loop. So for I2 v2 in pairs, you're going to say v get children. This is to get rid of all the effects. So enter, and then you're going to say v2 dot enable. This is equal to false, so disabling all the particle emitters. Then you're going to go after the end, enter, and you're going to say else if v dot name is equal to red light. And keep in mind, this applies to if you're using a model like mine. If you're using like a different model, you would need to disable like the particle emitters, the lights, and all that stuff your own way and stuff. You'd have to disable that and stuff. Now, if you just have like a regular spear, like it's just like a part, then all you would have to do is just destroy it. You wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to. There's nothing to disable and stuff. But yeah. So v.enabled is equal to false, and I will leave the explosion in the description actually, yeah, because I did find that. So yeah, I don't feel like looking for the other one though, but I do have the explosion. So then after we're done there, skip 2 ends, and then last thing, ds add item to debris service. We're gonna destroy reversal red 2 after 1 second, and then you're gonna just restore the character's humanoid walks speed back to whatever your game default is. So for me it's 16, and then also the jump power. So jump power is equal to 51, and we can go ahead and test to make sure everything works. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Highly recommend it. Okay, so to test with an NPC, you're gonna play the game. You're going to click play. Find your character in the workspace, go to open up the human root part, find the hitbox. You're going to copy it, stop playing. You're then going to click avatar, rig builder, block avatar, right? Drop in an NPC, throw it over there, and then we need to add the hitbox to it, right? So find the human root part, right click, paste into, and boom, the hitbox is there, but it's not going to be positioned correctly. So set the transparency equal to 0 so you can see it, and then just adjust it as needed so that it's like properly, so that the hitbox is properly over the NPC. So boom, perfect, right? Then set the transparency back to normal. And then last thing, I actually forgot to do this for the previous video, but part 1, you want to set that to the humanoid root parts as well as together so it doesn't just fall into the abyss. And yeah, now we can go ahead and test to make sure everything works. As always, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so if I press E, boom, how strange. Okay, so wait for, well, the attack, okay, so the attack, so as you guys can see, the attack is working. Let's see, for some reason, like, it's not damaging. Let's see. I wonder, okay, let's test the AoE damage, like if it damages him from being in the range. Okay, so it does damage him from being in range. So the only issue gotta fix is, for some reason, let's see, it's not damaging. That's so strange. I wonder if that means there's an issue with the hitbox. Let's see. It's on correctly. Yep, no, it's on correctly. Very strange, very strange. Wait, what direction? I just realized, what direction is it going in? Yeah, it's going. That is very strange. Okay, let's see. I must have forgot something. Okay, so we go back up here. Character root part dot hitbox position, hitbox.cframe dot look vector. Okay, ray workspace, raycast direct. That's the thing. I knew there was something I forgot about this, so I did not mean to do that. So okay, so go back here. I actually forgot this. Okay, so what we need to do is the direction. You need to multiply this. Like, I always forget this. So I recommend doing a very big number, since remember, like, you're trying to find everyone, all the enemies in front of you in like a far distance. You know, like not just standing right in front of you like an M1. So I recommend doing something like 60, but you guys can play around with the numbers. You know, get whatever you want. All right. So now when I test, boom, there we go. Okay. Then we can test if I'm close. That was mid-range, close, and then we'll try. This is pretty far. It's decently far. Oh, okay. Or maybe, I think it's really just because, yeah, it was just the way I was standing. It was just the way I was standing. It's kind of hard to like get it so like you're angled at like the exact point when you're, you know, far away. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't checked out I Made a Battlegrounds game and stuff like that, go check out the game. I made a video on it. We got like 2K. You guys should definitely go watch it. It's a cool video. And yeah, if you guys want more tutorials, go to tutorials. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching.